So you know that feeling. You're running Google Ads, and you just wonder, are your ads really hitting the mark? Are you highlighting what customers actually care about, or is it, well, mostly just guessing?
Yeah, it's like throwing a party and hoping the right people show up, but you're not totally sure you sent the invites to the right addresses.
Exactly. And watching that ad spend tick up when you're not seeing the results you want, that can be pretty frustrating.
Absolutely. That worry about wasted budget, the desire for some real clarity, it's super common. Businesses grapple with this all the time.
Well, we've got some potentially really good news today. We're going to dig into two powerful research tools, MaxDiff Analysis and Conjoint Analysis, that can seriously take the guesswork out of your Google Ads.
Think of them as ways to get inside your customers' heads scientifically.
Our mission here is basically to unpack these methods, make them understandable, and show you how they can make your Google Ads way more effective, more profitable, even if you're not, a data scientist.
Right, because the usual stuff, looking at past results, running some A/B tests, it helps, but often it doesn't get to the why. These tools offer a more, let's say, fundamental understanding of customer priorities.
Okay, sounds good. Let's jump into the first one then, MaxDiff Analysis. Lay it on us. What's the core idea?
Okay, so MaxDiff stands for maximum difference scaling. In simple terms, it's a really smart way to figure out which features or benefits or maybe messages about your product are most important to your audience, and just as crucially, which are least important.
Right, so it's not just asking people to rank a list from 1 to 10, which can be kind of vague.
Exactly, that direct ranking. People struggle with it, and the results can be messy. MaxDiff is different. It shows people small sets of options, say maybe 3 or 4 things from your list.
Just a small group at a time.
Yeah. And for each little group, they just make 2 choices. Pick the best option and pick the worst option in that set.
Ah, okay. The most appealing and the least appealing.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And you repeat this process, showing them different combinations of those features or messages again and again.
So by forcing those most and least choices on smaller sets, you get a much sharper picture overall. It forces people to make trade-offs almost.
That's exactly it. It bypasses that everything is important problem you get with simple rating scales. The end result is a really clear hierarchy, a score for each item showing its relative importance from top to bottom.
Okay, I can see how that's super useful for Google Ads. If you know exactly what your audience values most, you can hammer that home in your ad copy, right?
Totally. No more guessing which benefit to lead with.
Like maybe you're selling software and you think the advanced analytics are the big draw, but MaxDiff shows people really care more about ease of use or customer support.
Bingo. There's actually a great example. A software company tested about 20 different potential ad messages using MaxDiff. They thought their tech features were key.
And they weren't.
Well, not the most important. Turns out time saving and 247 support were miles ahead in the rankings. So they rewrote their ads to focus heavily on those 2 points.
And the result?
Get this, a 27% increase in their click-through rate, just from aligning the message with what customers actually prioritize.
Wow, 27%.
Yeah.
That's significant. Okay, so MaxDiff nails the messaging, the features, the what to say. What about conjoint analysis? How does that fit in?
Right, so conjoint tackles things from a slightly different angle. It helps you understand how customers make trade-offs, especially between different features and, crucially, the price.
Trade-offs. So it's less about what's important in isolation and more about what combination of things are you willing to pay for.
Exactly. Like, would you prefer faster delivery, even if it costs a bit more? Or is a lower price more important than, say, having premium support? Conjoint helps you figure that out.
How does it work? Is it similar to MaxDiff?
Sort of, but the focus is on the whole package. First, you define the key attributes, price, maybe delivery speed, key features, support level, things like that. Then you create different profiles or combinations of these.
Okay, so like option A is $50 standard shipping, basic features. Option B is
Yeah.
$70 express shipping, premium features, something like that.
Precisely. You show people these different potential packages and ask them which one they'd choose. By analyzing lots of these choices from your target audience,
You can figure out how much value they place on each individual part, like how much extra they're really willing to pay for that express shipping.
you got it. It tells you which combinations are winners and how sensitive people are to price changes for different features.
That sounds incredibly powerful for setting prices, designing different product versions, or figuring out bundle offers. How does it help with Google Ads specifically?
Well, imagine you're an online retailer. You run a conjoint study and discover, wow, a segment of your customers will happily pay 30% more if they get premium shipping.
Okay.
So in Google Ads, you can actually bid higher for searches you think those customers are making. And you can specifically call out premium shipping included right in your ad copy to attract those high-value buyers.
So you're using the insight to target more profitable customers and tailor the ad message to what they value in that trade-off. Okay, that makes sense.
It helps you find the sweet spot.
So, quick recap. MaxDiff helps you prioritize individual features or messages for your ad copy. Conjoint helps you understand how features and price interact, guiding offers and pricing strategy.
That's a perfect summary. MaxDiff for the what matters most, Conjoint for the what combination sells best.
Now, someone listening might be thinking, okay, this sounds interesting, maybe even powerful, but how do I actually do it? It sounds complicated.
It might seem that way, but you can break it down into basically 5 key steps. It's manageable.
Okay, what are they? Step 1.
Step 1, define your problem. Be really clear. What Google Ads challenge are you trying to solve? Is it low click-through rate, high cost per sale? Are certain audiences just not biting? Know your why.
Right. Define the objective first. Step 2.
Design the survey. If it's MaxDiff, list out all the features, benefits, or messages you want to test. Then structure those most least questions. If it's Conjoint, define your key attributes, features, price points, service levels, and create the different product profiles to compare.
Got it. Design the actual questions. Step 3.
Collect data. You need to survey your target customers. Online survey tools make this pretty accessible. Aim for a decent number of responses usually. Somewhere between 150 and 300 gives you pretty reliable results.
Okay, get enough people to answer. Step 4.
Analyze the results. For MaxDiff, you're looking for those clear rankings, what came out on top, what was at the bottom. You might even segment the results, see if different types of customers have different priorities. For Conjoint, you're identifying the most preferred combinations and understanding that price sensitivity.
Uncover the insights from the data. And finally, step 5, the crucial one.
Apply it to Google Ads. This is where it pays off. Update your ad copy based on MaxDiff. Maybe create new ad groups targeting segments with specific preferences you found. Adjust your landing pages or offers based on Conjoint findings. And definitely think about using these insights to inform your smart bidding strategies.
Feed the machine better information.
Exactly. Tell Google's AI what actually matters to people.
That seems like a solid practical process.
Right.
And you mentioned the Dogo app earlier that used this stuff, right? Can you remind us how?
Yeah, Dogo, the dog training app, they wanted to improve their Google Ads and figure out how to talk to different types of dog owners more effectively. They used both methods.
What did they find out?
Well, their MaxDiff showed a really clear split. People with puppies, they cared most about potty training features, but owners of adult dogs, they prioritize things like health monitoring much more.
Interesting difference. And Conjoint.
Conjoint helped them figure out the best feature bundles and subscription prices for each of those groups, the puppy owners versus the adult dog owners.
So what did they do with that information in their ads?
They got specific. They created separate Google Ads campaigns, one set for puppy owners with ads shouting about easy potty training, and another set for adult dog owners highlighting track your dog's health. Their landing pages matched these messages too.
Tailored campaigns based on the research. Smart.
Very smart. And they adjusted their bidding to focus spend on the right audience for each message.
And did it work?
Big time. They saw higher engagement, more people actually downloading and subscribing, and, crucially, a much better return on their ad spend. They weren't wasting money showing potty training ads to people who didn't need them anymore.
That's a fantastic case study. It really shows the power of moving beyond assumptions.
It absolutely does.
So the big takeaway here seems to be, figure out your Google Ads goal, pick the right tool, MaxDiff for messages, Conjoint for offers and pricing. Actually ask your customers, analyze what they tell you, and then act on it in your campaigns.
That's the core loop. Define, design, collect, analyze, apply. It shifts you from hoping your ads work to knowing why they should work.
And this isn't just a one-time fix, is it? There are ways to keep using these insights.
Oh, definitely. These insights are gold. You can use them for ongoing audience segmentation in Google Ads. You must make sure your landing pages stay aligned with what the research says people value. Don't promise one thing in the ad and show something else on the page.
Good point. Consistency matters.
And as we touched on, keep feeding these insights to Google's AI. The smarter you make the smart bidding and the automated tools by telling them about customer value drivers, the better they'll perform for you.
So it really boils down to this. Stop the guesswork with Google Ads. Start using actual customer insights.
Yes. It helps you write better ads, sure, but also offer more compelling packages, price things right, and just generally focus your budget where it's going to have the biggest impact.
Okay, let's leave our listeners with something to chew on. Thinking about your own Google Ads right now. What's the one specific area, maybe a campaign with a weak CTR or a high cost per conversion, that you suspect could dramatically improve if you truly knew what your ideal customer valued most?
Yeah, what difference would it make if you weren't just guessing about that key motivation?
How could understanding those deep-seated preferences fundamentally change your approach and maybe, just maybe, unlock some serious growth for your business?